Good morning and hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Basement Universe channel. I hope you're having a great beginning to your weekend. Today is Saturday, April 15th, and it's not just amazing because it's the weekend. NBA playoffs officially start today, so I wanted to make you guys a video talking about my predictions for who's going to win the championship. We're going to go round by round and pick out all the winners. So hopefully, I can get some of these right. But I haven't really watched too much basketball this year, so I'm trying to, lessen the impact when I inevitably probably get most of these wrong. But we'll see. We'll see what I know. Please, if you enjoy today's video, drop a like. Let me know in that comment section whether you think my picks are insane. Tell me your picks. Who do you think's going to win the championship this year? You can give me your round-by-round picks. And if you did those things, please consider subscribing to the channel and continuing to help us grow and grow the community. We're almost at 1K subs right now, so we would really appreciate it if you could help us reach that goal. Let's dive right in here into the picks here. Let's look at the round one tree right here. So we have the Nuggets and the T-Wolves in round one for the Western Conference. Man. Like I said, I haven't seen too much basketball, but I know the Nuggets have been pretty solid all around, so I'd have to pick the Nuggets in this one. I'm going to say 4-2. I think the Wolves are good enough to at least steal 2 games. I think they're definitely capable of winning the series, but I just don't think that they have the consistency in their game to do that. So I'm gonna go Nuggets 4-2 for the first round here. Next up, we have the Suns and the Clippers. These are two teams that I haven't really seen a ton of once again. I know the Suns have been pretty good for the past couple of years, and now they got KD on there. So I mean, again, I'm going to go with probably the favorite to win this matchup, and I'm going to say the Suns. The Clippers are one of those teams that's kind of been like, they've been pretty good, pretty decent throughout, the past, 5, 6 years, 7 years, but never really like a great team. I feel like they had their opportunity a couple of years ago with some of their players, and they just couldn't get it done, and I don't think it's going to happen again. I'm going to say this series is 4-1. I really don't think the Clippers are going to win that many games at all, so I'm going to go 4-1. That's my prediction. Suns win that one. Then we're going to move down to the next one, and it's a shocking revelation here, but the Kings made the playoffs for the first time since 2006. I couldn't even tell you the last team they had when I saw them in the playoffs. But anyways, you got the Kings versus the Warriors. I haven't seen the Kings play at all, so I don't really know anything about them, how good they actually are. I would have to just give this one to the Warriors just based on the little knowledge that I have of how much experience the Warriors have, and you can never really bet against Steph and Clay and Draymond. So I'm gonna go Warriors. I'm gonna be generous though for the Kings. I'm gonna go 4-2 Warriors. I think the Kings might be able to pull out 2 wins as a surprise. So I'm gonna go Warriors on that one. Moving down next, so we got Grizzlies and Lakers. I've seen some of the Laker games because that's all TNT ever shows. So and I've seen a couple of Grizzly games. I think if the Grizzlies can keep their attitude in check and not get too emotional, I think they'll take this one. I just don't think the Lakers have enough consistency. They've obviously added some pieces right at the trade deadline, and it's certainly helped them get into the playoffs because at first it didn't seem like they were even going to be a playoff contention team. I'm going to go, this is a tough one. I'm going to go 4-2 Grizzlies on this one. The Lakers could surprise me if all their players really step up and play consistency. I mean, if AD decides to step up and take it over, you can't rely on LeBron for everything. I mean, he's great. He still can do it, even at almost 40, but I don't think you can just rely on his, entire playoff experience, just to carry you. So I'm going to go Grizzlies 4-2 on that one. Let's move over to the Eastern Conference now. So we got the Bucks and the Heat. Man, it's crazy to think that the Heat have fallen off so hard considering they were, so good the past couple of years. But I think that they could beat the Bucks. But it's hard. It's so hard to bet against, a team that's been so consistent and has Giannis on there. So, man, I'm gonna go. I think this one's gonna be closer than people think it's going to be. So I'm gonna go Bucks, but I'm gonna go 4-3 Bucks on this one. We'll see. I'm actually really looking forward to that series. It's not the first time that they met in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they might have met in the first or second round the past couple of years, so I'm excited to see that nonetheless. I'm sure you'll let me know in that comment section if I'm wrong. And then, of course, next up we have the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks. Nice seeing the Knicks in the playoffs again. I don't want to get too excited as a New Yorker and a Knicks fan. You know, I have very realistic expectations of them. I know that the Cavaliers have been a particularly good team ever since they had gotten Donovan Mitchell. And they're a pretty young and fast team. I don't think they have a ton of playoff experience, though. That's really, I think, my only issue, except for Donovan Mitchell. And maybe Kevin Love if he's still there. Like I said, I haven't seen too many of the games, but this one's a tough one because I feel like they're pretty evenly matched. The Knicks can be really good when they actually gel together well and they shoot the ball well, but it's hard to say because I feel like they're never consistent. I feel like this is going to be another 4-3 series, but who I'm giving it to, I'm going to go Knicks. I'm going to go Knicks against my better judgment here, and I'm going to go Knicks 4-3. I think this could be a 7-game series, honestly. I think they're that closely matched, but we'll see. I'm going to go Knicks, though. Next matchup, we have the 76ers versus the Nets. I just don't think the Nets have the star power and everything to handle the 76ers. Obviously, they've had a fantastic year, and Joel Embiid has, you can make the argument he's had a MVP season. So I'd have to give it to the 76ers. This is a 4-1 series in my eyes. I really just don't think the Nets are that good at all. Haven't seen too many games. Don't even really know who's there now, but I'm going to give it 4-1 76ers. Next up, we have the Celtics and the Hawks. The Hawks have been kind of just like a team that's been a very middle-of-the-road team the past couple of years. They had the one year, where they went all the way, but they just, I don't know, they just can't seem to get it, figured out to make it far. And I think the Celtics have had such a, they've had the same core roster for many, many years now, and obviously they made it to the finals. I feel like it's hard to not, give it to the Celtics. I just think that the experience and the chemistry from them is going to be too much for the Hawks. So I'm going to give it to the Celtics, and I'm going to go 4-1. I honestly think this could be a 4-0 series because I just think the Celtics are that good, but I'm going to go 4-1 just because I don't think we'll see too many I don't think we'll see any blowouts, any sweeps in the first round. But you never know, right? I could easily be super wrong. But anyways, that wraps up the first round. So let's dive into the second round now. So we'll go back over and so we have the Nuggets, who I said was going to win that series, and the Suns. If that is the case, it's a great second round matchup, and then it comes down to how do you make other people shoot the ball. I think you can't let Jokic run the offense like he does all the time. You can't let him get down in the post. Man, this is a tough one. I think if the Suns can stop Jokic, then they'll win. But you still got Jamal Murray and some other pretty good shooters on the Nuggets. I'm gonna go Nuggets on this one, 4-3. I think it's gonna be another epic series. I'm hoping, at least, because I want to see some intensity in the second round. I mean, we're gonna be getting intensity no matter what, but it's gonna be a good matchup. So I'm gonna go Nuggets 4-3. I hope so. I'm really rooting for them. And then next up, so we'd have I picked the Warriors to win that series and the Grizzlies. Oof. It's another tough one. I think if you can, if the Grizzlies can play the defense that they've been capable of playing to lock down teams, I don't really know if they've been that good defensively this year, but I know in the past they have been. So I think if you can lock down Steph and Clay and make some other guys have to step up, then I think they have the series. This is a tough one. I'm going to go Grizzlies 4-2 on this one. I think as long as they play defense, that lockdown D that they're capable of, they're going to win. So 4-2, that's my pick, Grizzlies. Let's move over to the second round of the East now. I picked the Bucks to win this one. I think it was in 7 games, I said before. And then I picked the Knicks as well in 7 games, which is crazy. There's no way there's going to be 2 7-game series, right? But that was my pick, so I'm sticking to it. This one, I think, if it does come down to that, I don't think the Knicks can beat Giannis. So I'm moving the Bucks on. I hope the Knicks surprise me and ruin my bracket, to be honest with you, but I don't foresee it happening. I would say if the Knicks are lucky, they win 2 games. It could easily be a 4-1. But I'm gonna go 4-2. I think the Bucks win 4 games and the Knicks win 2. So Bucks move on. That's my pick. So moving down now, I picked the 76ers to win. So what would be the 76ers versus the Celtics? It's another great second round matchup. I'm trying to make these ones good. I think they're going to be good, but you never can really tell what's going to happen in a competitive series like that. Anything could happen. If you lock down Joel Embiid and you force James Harden and some of the other guys to step up, Tobias Harris, I think the Celtics can win the series. And it's like vice versa. If you stop Jason Tatum from penetrating, then you have to worry about Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown and some of the other role players that I've seen the Celtics have. They've been playing well, so it's kind of hard to deny the Celtics a win on this one. I think I'm gonna go Celtics. I think they just have the all-around better team. Even though Joel Embiid is having a career year. I'm going to go Celtics, and I'm going to go 4-2. Another competitive series. Not a 7-game series, though, I don't think. But like I said, any one of these could go anyway, so we'll see. And that brings us to the Western Conference Finals, right? So that means I picked the Nuggets, and I picked the Grizzlies. This is honestly like I'm picking, who I think's going to win, but at the same time, these are like the teams that I want to see go all the way because since I haven't been watching basketball, I want to watch the Nuggets. Those are the only games I've watched is like the Nuggets and the Grizzlies really because I thought that they'd end up being the top teams. I think in this series, it would be very gritty and there would be probably a lot of fights and stuff because I just think at that point in the playoffs that the Grizzlies are going to be very emotional and play very gritty like they always do. It comes down to can you stop Jokic and make some other guys step up? If Jokic isn't facilitating and scoring, then you leave it to Jamal Murray and some of the other role players, and can they score? Can Jamal Murray be the same Jamal Murray he was when he was in the bubble? Back in 2020, his breakout year. I don't know if he can do that, to be honest, against that team. I just think if everybody plays consistently on the Grizzlies and Desmond Bane steps up and Dylan Brooks, I think the Grizzlies could easily win. I think this has the potential to be a 7-game series for the conference finals. But who takes the cake on this one is the hard part to figure out. I think I'm going to give it to the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets, I think they've had the experience. I think that they'll be more calm under all the pressure and the tension building throughout the series. So I'm going to give it to the Nuggets in this one, 7 games, to make it to the finals for, the first time in I don't even know how long. So moving over to the East now, that means that it would be the Bucks and the Celtics, which we've seen, already. I think was it last year or the year before? I'm forgetting. I think it was last year in the conference finals, and the Celtics ended up, moving on there. And I feel like it's so hard to deny them a chance to go back because I don't think, even though the Bucks have been number 1 this year, it's I haven't really seen too much, so it's hard for me to really say how good they are still. It's hard to bet against them because they've been there, they've won the championship, and they have a lot of the same guys, that got them there, like Drew Holiday and Kevin Middleton. So, man, I think this is another series where it could easily go 7 games. But I think I'm gonna go with. I think this time around, I think the Bucks will edge out the Celtics if they can, stop them from shooting the ball well and penetrating the paint. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I'm gonna go 4-2. on that one. It's like I said, it's always hard to say the amount of games it's going to go, because, you know, it could easily go 7 games if they're both, you know, playing very, very well. So then that would leave the Bucks and the Nuggets in the championship. And, I mean, I'd love to see that, because I would love to see Giannis and Jokic going up against each other. I feel like that's just a really fun matchup to see. It's not something that you see super often, is like two big men that are, you know, probably the stars of their team just dominating, you know, matched up against each other in, you know, what is the most epic duel of all time for the championship. So I think, you know, if you put those two teams in the finals, then you get what's going to be probably the most competitive series out of all of them. So hopefully I'm right about these. And as far as who I think is going to win the NBA championship this year, and in that particular matchup, man, that's so difficult. I think that the Bucks would win, but I think that the Nuggets could win easily. But the problem would be, you know, you have to find a way to stop Giannis. Jokic is not a very great defensive player, so it's kind of hard to, you know, it's kind of hard to say if they'd be able to stop him from doing what he does. And then if you're the Nuggets again, you know, if the Bucks are slowing down Jokic and taking away, you know, his ability to penetrate and you know, pass the ball, then once again, you still have to rely on Jamal Murray and a bunch of the other guys to do whatever they do, you know. And I'm just not sure that they could be consistent enough to do that. So I think I'm gonna go with the Bucks to win another championship, and you know, I think it's gonna be a 4-2 series. I think it's, you know, I think a lot of times, you know, in the conference finals, you get like the really close, competitive, like 7-game series, and these teams are once again going to be obviously very closely matched up, and it's going to be very competitive. But I think that there's going to be games where, you know, it could have gone either way, and you lose by, you know, a couple points. So I think it'll be a 4-2 series for the Bucks, and unfortunately, Jokic will not win a chip. I hope I'm wrong. I kind of hope I'm wrong, to be honest with you, because I'd love to see the Nuggets win. I have nothing against the Bucks, but like I said, I was rooting for the Nuggets and the Grizzlies, and of course, my dark horse would be the Knicks. But you know, I'm a realist, so I know that's not going to happen. But anyways, that's my pick. So I'm picking Bucks 4-2 in the championship against the Nuggets. So we'll see what happens. I know I'm probably going to be super wrong, but yeah, if you enjoyed the video, guys, please drop a like. I would absolutely love to hear what you think, you know, about my picks. And you could, like I said, tell me what your predictions are. I want to know who you think is going to win the championship and why. And if you did those things and you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and continue to help us grow and grow our community. We're almost at 1K subs, so we would really appreciate, you know, if you could help us get there. And we'd love to have you in the community. So, yeah, that's all I got, guys. I hope you have a great weekend and you enjoy the playoffs. With that being said, y'all already know, but I'm out. Deuces. Enjoy, guys.